you guys? I am back and today is my first day of my period, so I'm mad drained. But I'm still here to make a video because a wonderful subject occurred to me while I was busy watching a movie and I wanted to go ahead and film. But firstly, I hope everyone is doing well. I don't know what but I hope everyone is doing well. And I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It is a Saturday. What I love so much about my new job is I am off since Thursday. So Friday I have off, so I treat Thursday like a Friday. And it's a long weekend for me, so I love that because tonight I am going to hit the laptop and work on a script, new script. So I want to knock out at least like 20 pages if I can. I certainly can get to 15. It's an easy montage of 5 pages. I'm at page 10. And it's about AI, and bashing AI and how and just proving how detrimental it is to society, but really in a through a very individualistic lens and from the perspective of grief and only to prove that AI cannot compensate humans, people. So I will be working on that tonight, and I'm very much looking forward to it because it's very, the rhythm of it gets to, I guess, amplify the idiosyncrasies of personality my characters, and I'm excited to flesh them out. I want the environment, the world of it. I know, like, I'm not really getting to the point of the video, but oh my god, I always have to reel it in. But the environment is very Long Island-y. Long Island. My dad is from Long Island, so I don't know. I like that. I think that vibe would be quite interesting, quite fun to see. So anyway, yes, this is what I'll be doing tonight. But right now, this thought occurred to me, and I've been wanting to like keep a list of topics that I want to discuss here on my channel. And one of them is it's going to be long-winded because I have yet to, like, I guess, it's really just in my notes app I just put connecting with people, and really from like connecting in a sense, giving yourself perspective on things that you are a little hard with yourself about, last video I talked about how Gen Z gets shat on a bunch, and I find that very unfair. Here I'm gonna say that I think TikTok gets shat on a lot. Now, I know the ramifications of social media and its effect on people, its effect on the younger generation, and how it can manipulate those to prioritize, I guess, things that, well, prioritize superficiality is one thing that's just so primary. But I always hear, that same millennial term, it's an echo chamber. But at the same time, I also believe that for me, my For You page is fucking fantastic. So a lot of the stuff I see is just, it's I don't know, it's beneficial. It has kind of shaped my world and the rhetoric of my world too. It's also, I think it's good. So that being said, one of my favorite things to do when watching a video on TikTok, I like to look at the comments, and some of my content, I'll see videos that are relevant to my interests, like orcas and screenwriting and film and these really fucking cool edits and whatever memes, but also I'll get a lot of progressive content and stuff that we need to be aware of, and the political stuff, and I read the comments about that too. But I want to kind of, I guess, locate a middle ground for what I want to discuss today, because I wanted to be a little bit more universal and relevant instead of going to the dramatics of trauma and things we hold in the body and the mind, larger events. Rather, I want to reel it in and discuss some of the criticism we have that's on a constant loop in your head and tackle that. TikTok honestly helped me because, there'll be memes and funny videos of shit that we do day to day, and like the common phrase is like, I've never had an original experience ever. And that's funny because, like, that also applies to some of the like stupid little I wouldn't even call them flaws, but like, yeah, quirks or something that might impede on efficiency. So I'll read and be like, oh, okay, like you're fucking clumsy too, or you're sometimes dyslexic like me, or you'll write that letter first than this, or like shit like that, you know? So I wanted to talk about that because I think, and what I wrote in my notes app was like connecting with people. And that's that's another thing why I find it so important to love people and you know, make the effort of connection and going out there and talking and being authentic and being true to yourself, because that certainly attracts the crowd that you represent, you know? So it helped me a lot. And even like, it's not just like flaws or issues that you have with yourself. Like, for instance, I'm, you know, a little clumsy, or maybe I'm too punctual to the point where it's kind of like lame of me, or little things, you know, that I overthink, and I'll read online like, hey, like you go through that as well. And, you know, really, I could just be talking about the experience of a Redditor. You know, like, that I'm sure, like, I mean, I've never been like, I'm not local to Reddit, you know, I'm there every now and then. Actually, today I was, and this was one of the examples that I wanted to share. So I am a fan of The Boys, and I've been watching for years, and honestly, season 1 was great, and 2 was good too. 2 was great too, actually. 3 was good, and then so on and so forth, they just got away. And this season, I don't know what to say. It's fine. I like, there's but I do want to watch the finale in theaters. I really did, and I waited a little bit because I wanted to see if there was anyone I know that also likes the show, and no, like, and it's, I get it. It's, yeah, I get it. But anyway, I waited too long, and there are no seats available. No fucking seats, man. So then I like stressed out, and I was so upset with myself, like not dramatically, but I was upset enough where I was like looking through Google and finding any location availability, and then I went to Reddit and I was like, you know, is anyone selling a ticket? Is anyone selling a ticket? There was one person, I think he gave it away already, and I was just so upset. But then and it led me to TikTok too, and then that's where I saw videos of people like, oh shit, you know, it's sold out, like I'm upset, and it's stupid, but like it helped me. Like, oh, you have the same problem as me, and it's not the end of the world. I shouldn't kick myself for waiting a little longer than I should have, you know. It genuinely kind of grounded me, and that's what I mean. Like, people are so important. People are so important. Again, I love Fleabag so much, and I'm quoting it again, but people really are all that we have, and it certainly gives us perspective. It's funny because, like, I think people create the problems and people heal the problems here on this beautiful earth, but you know, we need them regardless. And if it you know, if we are going to venture deeper into the subject, then I'd have to say that if it weren't for the people that I hold very dear to myself, very near and dear to myself, then I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't have the integrity that I have, and the drive and the ambition, and the, I guess, the reinforcing nature and the resilience, if it weren't for my mom, and if it weren't for my dad, and if it weren't for my cousins and my friends, everybody who's cheered me on. And I wouldn't always feel this inspired to put pen to paper. I know I always come back to writing, but I am on my period, so I'm a little more emotional about it. I love what I do. It is extremely terrifying, and I've put my entire heart into it, and I've, you know, risked a lot of my future for it. So, of course, you know, I have to give credit to those who have held me up when I couldn't hold myself up, you know? It's just, it's one of those pursuits that demands so much of you, and sometimes you have none to give. So I'm very lucky for the people, and I would say, you know, like, um, it, if you have the opportunity to support somebody, make sure that you do. Make sure to be that person of service and to play that role, because the existence we inhabit is innately conflictual and challenging. Life sucks. For the most part, yeah. No matter, like, honestly, I really think no matter the class, no matter the position, no matter the economical state, life fucking sucks. And you need to love, and you need to give love, and you need to be you need to love yourself. It really it comes down to that. The entire complication of this equation comes down to this one single variable, and it is love. My goodness, wow, we really are getting into something a lot more profound, and it's really fun to talk and about, you know. I think, you know, I genuinely, when discussing, I guess, the hmm I don't know, this, well, passion is one word, but the magnitude of the passion, at least, you know, I can genuinely feel my brain, like the cortex or whatever it might be, that facet of my brain, like, light up, you know. And really, because my dad used to have this, like, headband thing that you hook up to the computer, and then you could see which waves are operating the most. So I guess now that's kind of like a visual in my head. But yeah, so it is super important. It's super important to have your community and have your people. And for those who are in search of it, it's not always you, babes. It's life. Especially post-COVID, you know, we've become far more antisocial, and, well, you know, that is something that I have to blame social media for a little bit. You know, it's taken over to the point where we're not inspired enough to go and make connections. And I was talking to a friend who had moved here, and, you know, and they made a great point, and it's that, you know, people already have their friends, and it's hard to restart. But you know, if you don't play that role, then you'll never get the opportunity to understand somebody else and give yourself that beautiful perspective that you need as we carry on into this life. There's so many, like, I guess, uh, new concepts of perceiving this world and this life that, you know, you should be equipped with other thoughts and ideas and influences. It's very helpful. Then while I tend to be by nature someone who prefers to conjure their own ideologies of this life, and I think that is primary, it is also very helpful to succumb to those who have their own wisdom. And it kind of keeps you humble too, because you don't know everything. Of course not. I'm telling myself that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's really what I wanted to talk about. I've noticed that I'm starting to keep my videos a little shorter, more in the 10 to, like, well, it's 13 right now, but 10-minute range. But that's because I've also increased the frequency of my videos. So I don't know. Do I want to wrap up? Not really. I mean, I don't, but I am gonna idle now. Like, I'm probably gonna talk about this and that. Again, like, my go-to is, you know, talk about the script, talk about the project that I'm working on. And, well, at the end of this video, I'm gonna, I'm gonna first of all just wash up, change my pajamas, because these are my pajamas. Big shirt, but it's not a pajama. It's a great shirt. It's Alice in Chains. I fucking love Lane Staley. But I'm gonna get clean and get comfy in my bed, start writing. Gotta get to page 20. It's about AI, and it's about, like, just, you know, oh my god, did I talk about this already? I don't know. Did I talk about that in the beginning of the video? Because I did this is a retake, so I don't know if I already discussed this. Well, anyway, in short, yeah, it's about AI, and, well, really the bashing of and how detrimental it is to society, especially because we've, you know, subconsciously found it as a replacement for humans, not just in the role of jobs, but, or in the department of, jobs, but also sociologically. It absolutely cannot take the place of a friend, of a person. So that is the point that I'm trying to prove in this movie, in this feature. So I am working on that, shooting for about 90 pages, maybe a little more. And I want to get the first draft done within the week. So I will be working on that. And then I have another major script that I have nightmares about, because I think the concept is so precious. I am so afraid to rewrite it, and it deserves one. It deserves a new draft, but it scares me because I don't want to fuck it up. I really think the concept is so again precious that I don't know if I can come up to bat. Like, can I do this? Can I work it into a great story? You know. So anyway, oh my god, that's pretty much it. That's it for tonight. I gotta go. I gotta change my pad. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, rest of your week, and I will see you later. Bye.